Believes in Angels, the new Elton John, Brandi Carlile album. So, Who Believes in Angels is a collaborative studio album by English musician Elton John and American musician Brandi Carlile. It was released on April 4th, 2025. This is Elton's 33rd studio album, which is nuts. They decided to push themselves on this album and started from scratch, writing and recording the album in a span of 20 days. Chad Smith of the Red Hot Chili Peppers provided drums, Pino Palladino provided bass, and former Red Hot Chili Peppers guitarist Josh Kleinhofer provided guitar. Elton also worked on this album while blind because he did have that eye infection that made him lose his sight for like couple months. So
holy fuck.
Wow. Let's see. Any other notable things? All tracks written by Brandi Carlile, Elton John, Bernie Taupin, and Andrew Watt, except for The Rose of Laura Nyro, which just has additional writing credits because they borrowed some song elements from one of her songs. But that's it. Four-person writing team right there. So Eric, your thoughts on this album?
You know, after listening to that lineup of who was backing them, it's no wonder why this album sounds so goddamn good. I think this album is sick.
Yep.
And what I loved about it was it reminds me of like Yellow Brick Road. Like just that that I guess it doesn't sound like the album, but it has that same energy.
Yes.
As the album. And I was like, holy shit, like Elton John can still fucking play like really well. And it's very like upbeat. I think Brandi Carlile and Elton John make a great duo. They just play into each other very well. And I think the songs are fun too. Like I love the opener. Favorite song on this album though is Little Richard's Bible. Oh, so that was awesome. And then just like the little like lines from all the songs and stuff, which was really cool. I don't know. And it wasn't like your generic like pop kind of sounding album. It was very like even the Rose of Laura Nero, the first song on the track. It's like it's going somewhere and you're like, oh, it's probably going to go this way. And then they go into like this minor key and stuff, and it's really cool how they just dynamically made these songs.
Yeah, it's very reminiscent of Yellow Brick Road, like that intro, because even Goodbye Yellow Brick Road starts off with that instrumental, like really long instrumental, and then it just goes like into this rockabilly type of thing, and it's pretty cool. I love it on this album also.
I think that this is probably the best new thing that he's come out with.
Oh,
for sure. And isn't he not going on tour anymore?
Yeah, he's he did his farewell tour already. I don't know if it's still going on though.
Because I would love to see him play this album live.
Let me check. I think he's done. He is done.
He's done. Oh, it's a shame. It's such a shame. I get it. I get it.
He's 78.
Yeah, he's 78. I get it. But like for a 78-year-old to come out with something like this, like that's crazy.
Yeah. Yeah.
Right? And he did it blind, which I didn't even know about.
Yeah, I mean, like, it's a great album. The songwriting is just amazing, and like as you said, the energy is there, and it definitely has that same energy as Goodbye Yellow Brick Road, which is obviously his album, his signature album. I don't know, the melodies in this were just like super catchy. His piano playing was great. I just like really enjoyed this album. I thought, and when I found out they did this in like 20 days, I was like, wow, that's
in 20 days too.
Yeah, they wrote it from scratch and recorded in 20 days.
That is impressive.
Yeah. They didn't bring in any pre-written material in. They just wrote it in 20 days and recorded in 20 days.
That is pure blown talent.
Yeah.
Right there.
Yeah. And like it all came together. Like I think the album is actually like pretty magical.
Mm-hmm.
There's I can't remember which one it is. It's the one where Brandi Carlile is doing solo vocals on the whole song. That was the only one where I thought, this is an okay song.
You Without Me.
Is that one? You Without Me?
Yeah.
That was
I know what you mean.
Yeah, that
I
was
know
the
what you
one
mean.
song I
Yeah.
was like, this is a little bit lower in energy compared to everything else.
Mhm.
But outside of that, the duets that they're doing together, they just like their voices work so well together, and the instrumentation is just on point. Yeah, this is a great album.
I really liked the last song, When This Old World Is Done With Me.
Yeah.
Because it was kind of a cool little, like, it was almost like saying goodbye almost.
Yeah.
Which I hope he still does some music stuff, because A, he's Elton John, and B, like I would love to see some like live, even a live disc. He doesn't have to go on tour again. You're right. He's 78 years old. Give the guy a break. But that song was kind of cool, because like it's kind of like, when this old world is done with me, like he'll leave, right? And it's
Yeah.
almost like he's come to that place, which is kind of sad, right? Because he spent all his life playing the piano, singing these songs,
Mm-hmm.
and it's probably disheartening when it comes to that time. You're like, I can't do this anymore, right? Like,
Yep.
and it's not because he can't, like he physically might not be able to do this anymore, right? Like look at Phil Collins. Poor guy can't even fucking play the drums anymore.
Yeah.
And that's probably so like that fucking sucks, right?
Yeah, Phil Collins, that's such a like he can't hold a drumstick, which is wild.
Mm-hmm.
Because you think about like his work in Genesis, as much as you're like, oh, the Tarzan guy, but like if you look at his work in Genesis, that was like proper drumming. Like it was like proper prog rock drumming.
And to take that away though, right? Like, and obviously like he's realizing that he can't do this. Like he's probably going to lose his ability to play the piano, right? Because he physically can't. Maybe he won't, right? But you know, everybody gets old, right?
Yeah.
So, but I had to say, like, it was kind of a sad, kind of almost like heartwarming song kind of thing. Maybe I'm not explaining this correctly.
No, I do agree. Like if like the worst of the worst, like this is Elton John's last album, I think that song is a great like curtain close to the career. I really think like that is a great song to like just close the career on if this really is the end of it. Cause like, I don't know, it's just a self-reflection of like his whole time and just getting older and not being able to do what he's done for the past, like 60 years.
Which is wild.
Yeah. But yeah, no, I like these songs are great. Even the title song, Who Believes in Angels, I'm like, how did you guys get like such a catchy melody in there? It's so good.
Yeah, it's just like I would agree that one song that she just sings by herself. It was kind of like, okay, it kind of reminded me of something like an Ed Sheeran-ish kind of song, that it's like, okay, it's been done, especially when you have these other songs that are really like lifting up this album, and then you have that on there.
Yeah.
It's kind of like a little bit of a like, oh, we got to put one more song. I'd rather have them just have 9 songs on the album than have that.
Yeah. I do
Right?
agree. I do agree. If they took that one song out, it'd been like, this is a perfect album. Yeah. All right, Eric. Final thoughts, ratings. What are you going to give this one?
I'm going to give this a 9 out of 10.
9 out of 10. Wow.
9 out of 10. I think I would give it a 10 out of 10, but if it wasn't for that song, if they actually removed that song, I would have given this a 10 out of 10.
Perfect album, right?
I think this is the best album of 2025 so far.
Oh, wow. That good, eh?
Mm-hmm.
No, I definitely agree with you. I'm gonna give it a 9 out of 10 also. Like it's such a great album. It's a fun listen. It's not like a lot of older musicians, it feels like they're just sort of repeating the same thing they've done over and over again. This does, although it has essence of like, this is obviously an Elton John record, or elements of an Elton John record, but it also feels like current. It feels like an old man Elton John, but still has energy.
Mm-hmm.
Right? It's not him like Saturday night's good to like right for fighting.
Right, yeah, right for
like
fighting.
okay, okay, old man, yeah, go to the bar and start fights. Okay. It's not like that. It's like it's old man Elton John who isn't just like playing, 80 beats per second blues or something on the piano. It's still upbeat, but it's like obviously a more mature musician.
Exactly.
But yeah, 9 out of 10 for me also, because like I think this is a great album. Minus the one song, this is a great album. Okay, perfect. So that was our discussion on Who Believes in Angels by Elton John and Brandi Carlile. For those of you who are following along with us every single week, the album that we are going to be listening to and discussing is the upcoming brand new album by Ghost, Skeleta, being released this Friday. So that one should be interesting because I don't really listen to Ghosts. Not that I dislike them, but I'm also not a fan of them. So I'm very interested to see what this band's about because they got a lot of hype.
Yes, there's a huge Ghost community, and I got into them through somebody at work, and I actually seen them live. And I gotta say, live, they're pretty cool. Like they really give you a performance, and it's like the stage was fucking fantastic. I can see why you don't like this band.
Oh no. Okay, don't tell me.
Yeah.
We'll figure it
I
out
haven't
next time.
obviously I haven't listened to anything of this, and I wouldn't say I'm like a diehard Ghost fan. I like there's a good portion of their songs I like, but I can see why you don't like these guys.
All right, put a pin on that, and then we'll bring that up again next time we do this because I'm very interested to see, because I've never technically given them a chance, so I want to see if I can be converted to be a Ghost fan. Okay, perfect. So that is the Crossroads Music Podcast, another episode in the can. Thanks everyone for tuning in here at twitch.tv/the Crossroads Music Podcast. We're going to be back in 2 weeks time. We're taking the next week off, but we'll be back in 2 weeks on a Monday, 10 p.m. ET, 7 p.m. PT. Catch us on Spotify, Apple Music, all those other places where you catch your podcasts. I think that's it. I don't think there's anything else we need to bring up. Eric, any closing thoughts before we wrap this all up?
Keep on rocking.